Okay, looks like it is live. Cool. Alright, yep, video is live now, so here we go. Cool. Today I am just doing a mail-in instrument cluster repair. Customer requested to do a little video here, so I just figured I'd do a live stream. Um, Unfortunately, I got a little bit of a spoiler right in this corner here for a future video, but I'll just let y'all guess what that is. Just don't put your guesses in the comment section. Email me with your guesses. Because I know at least one of you know what this is. I talked about it in an email to somebody. So if you know, don't spoil it, but you're welcome to guess down below what this is. I wanted to use it a little bit more before doing a video on it. It's not a sponsored video. I bought it myself. But yeah, let's go ahead and just get these bulbs off of here real quick. So this one, I did a circuit board exchange with the customer, which I really don't do much of those at all. I don't sell a ton of clusters. I don't do a bunch of exchanges. But he needed his truck to stay up and running, and I failed to do my due diligence and ask him what all the features were of the truck. I didn't program the one that I sent him for four-wheel drive or for having hydro assist brakes. Totally my fault. But what I'm just going to do is just fix up his original board and send it back to him, and then get my replacement board back from him. So it's working out just fine. I definitely feel guilty there because it's totally my fault for not asking all the questions. See, we got a good bit of corrosion on this one, so it may have had a battery drain. Not sure. Um, I, I know he told me what was wrong with this, but it's been a couple of weeks now. I've completely forgotten what all is going on with this cluster, but I'm just going to get all these motors off first. And this is how I got it. It was just the circuit boards, not the entire cluster, because that's what I sent him. Was just a circuit board. I don't know. I was just trying to do some circuit board exchanges here because I got a ton of them right now. I ended up with a couple from Jeff, and I had a couple of my own already before that. So yeah, I have them without housing, so I was like, I might as well just put them to some use. Just do some exchanges here. Alright. I'm sure y'all a little zoomed out here and can't see what's going on. I could see some pretty nasty cracked solder joints on this, just glancing at it before I started the stream. So I know this thing probably didn't power up some of the time. But yeah, I'm just going to do this one repair and then I'm going to bed. So I took my job back at Target from before I was in the military. And I've been on leave there this whole time. I never actually left Target. And I've just been bored at home, so I took my job back. And God, I'm an idiot. What was I thinking, taking my job back in the holiday season? So I'm working. I worked from 4 a.m. to 9:30 this morning, and then I work again at 10 p.m. to 6:30 in the morning tomorrow, unloading trucks. So I like being back at Target. It's pretty chill over there, but you know, it's 15 bucks an hour to unload a truck and gets me out of the house for a couple of hours. So it makes me happy. I just sitting at home doing these clusters all the time, and you know, because I work from home for my real money. I mean, that's what I do. So because I do. I'm sure some of y'all know I do real estate and I do these instrument clusters. So, but I don't get out of the house at all. Like, it had been like 3 months of me, like, I hadn't left the house other than to go to the grocery store, and I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna call up Target and take my job back because I was just on leave. I was like, I don't even have to apply. I can just call them and tell them I am coming back. So let's first clean up this corrosion off the back of the board. This is super easy. I know some of you guys use sandpaper to do it. Definitely not the right way to do it. Don't use sandpaper. I use flux and heat. It works great for me. I know some people use solvents to get it off, but flux and heat is my go-to way of getting corrosion off the back of these boards, or as US Radio likes to call it, silver migration, which is definitely not silver migration. Um, there is a technical name for it. It starts with a D, but all it is like electrolysis of the solder into um, the these cheaply done PCBs. There's a nice paper on how uh, automotive manufacturers are just absolutely terrible at making PCBs, and they leave solvents all over the board, and it causes this. So, yep, it cleans right off though. It's no problem. It causes problems though, if y'all aren't aware. You know, you'll get occasionally you'll get like battery drains. Sometimes you'll get scrolling languages. Scrolling languages also can be a bad trip reset button though. Um, but yeah, you get a ton of different problems from this stuff. And just use a little heat and it just comes right off. I'm not really, like, it may look like I'm scraping. I'm not scraping at all. I'm just kind of sliding it back and forth so that way the heat just kind of flows the stuff off of there. And then I've been using lately, I know I haven't shown it on the channel yet, but I've been using this conformal coating when I'm done, so that way they don't ever have this again. I just started using it a week or two ago. I like it. It smells awful though, so I won't show applying it because I go take it outside to apply this stuff. It's worse than one of those like mall nail polish places. Let me switch the screen here and take a look at the comments, see if anybody's talking. Nope, nobody talking right now. But oh yeah, hey, there we go. Yep. Hello, Marvin. I know it's been a while since I've done a live stream. Let me turn on the fume extractor here. Oh, reach down there. But yeah, I labeled it mid-morning live stream because it's funny to me that you know, I'm about to go to bed. uh, I thought that was. It's weird working nights. It's been a long time since I worked night shifts. Back in 2010, I worked night shifts out on a tugboat during the BP oil spill, doing cleanup. I really liked that job. That's my favorite job I've had. Um, it was a lot of fun out there. We would we were on this tugboat and we had a barge behind us, and on the barge they had a crane. The crane operator would pull the boats out of the water, and we had pressure washers, and we'd pressure wash the oil off of the boats. But my shift was night shift, and we never had any boats come through at night, so we were making like $15 an hour with overtime because we were working 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts, so we were getting a lot of overtime. And yeah, it was just great because it was a super easy job. We didn't night shift. We didn't do anything. Day shift worked really hard. They did a lot of boats, but night shift we just like my job, because before I was out there, I worked in restaurants. So instead of doing my chores, I just cooked for everyone, and the other guys would do my chores for me. But yeah, nights we just had chores we did around the boat because we had nothing else to do. And then we would like illegally fish off the boat because it's not a commercial vessel, so it was illegal to fish. I mean, we weren't keeping any of the fish anyways because there was an oil spill. Like, you don't want those fish. And that's all there is to getting that off, so give it a little flux, or defluxer. Drop the cap. Get the defluxer, clean it off. And that's it. I actually normally use my other soldering tip for doing this, because the Hacko knife tip is a little bit wider, so it's a little bit faster to do it. But since I'm just kind of rambling on before I finish this thing up and go to bed, I figured I'd take it slow so I could talk more. Anyone have any interesting repairs come through? Because I'm sure some of my viewers here are my usuals that work on stuff, like Marvin. I know you work on a bunch of stuff. Alright. Got a little bit that I missed right there. Go back and do that. Alright. And just a little bit right there. We'll get that off and then flip it over. Alright. Yeah, I know. I'm probably the only person that cleans this stuff off the way I do, but I just find it nice and easy, and you don't leave giant scrapes in it like you do with some of the other methods. I don't know, I always worry about using a bunch of solvents on these things. Alright. Cool. Let's get started on the front. We definitely have cracked solder joints there. Let me pull the microscope around and switch to the microscope. Camera's gonna go blank for just a second because I'm just gonna pull the HDMI cable out. Let me get this powered up first before I do that. That way it's quick. Alright, I got 12 volt for the light. Let's get the 5 volts for the camera. Too busy working, doing your real job, being a mechanic. Alright, I'm gonna pull this off. Alright. Let's see here. Go look at the other one, because... Alright, there we go. Not in focus at all, but... Let me get it at least close here. Yep. So, because I know we talk about it a lot, but I don't show it a lot. I just go, oh yeah, there's cracked solder joints here, trust me. So, let me just pull these up so that way you can really see them. So there you go. Those are not in focus for you guys. Well, not in the right spot. There we go. So you can see some nice, just completely cracked all the way across there on that one and on that one. So those two definitely need to be reflown. It looks like we got a little bit of a crack going on this one. Oh, y'all can't see it. I can see it, but wrong way on the camera. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, I have a much wider viewing angle through the eyepiece than the camera sees. I did finally get the camera in focus with the eyepiece here, because I couldn't always get that. Let's see here. Not seeing too much of a crack on those. Oh, y'all can't even see them. All right, let's get this back in focus down here. Yeah, those are looking alright. Y'all probably getting seasick from me moving the camera around. Okay, I know we have them on the, over here. See if we can see any of them on the camera just for fun. Let's see, I can see one. Let's get it where y'all can see it. Center of the focal point. There we go. Alright. Oh, dropping it. Not in focus. In focus. And then let's go other way. There we go. So we can definitely see a crack on that one. And this one is visibly cracked. It's not picking it up too much on the microscope. It looks like a shadow, but that's actually a crack across that right there. So those are why the park reverse neutral screen was blank. And yeah, we'll just reflow all the common spots. I just wanted to show that real quick. Let me switch back to the other camera. Alright, so we're back on the other camera. Yes, the processor programming is actually quite enjoyable. I find it. I like it because you feel like you're doing something cool. By the way, if y'all haven't been watching it, it's been going on lately. Um, there's the Remoticon and Hackaday's been posting and they've been doing a bunch of reverse engineering videos this year. So they've had PCB reverse engineering and they've had firmware reverse engineering going on in the videos. So if you haven't been watching them, you need to check them out. There's just like a huge wealth of knowledge. They talk about everything from where you just take like pictures of the circuit board and label what all the different chips are and what they're doing and maybe draw the traces on there to actually making a whole schematic and stuff and just identifying each component and what components they connect to. So pretty interesting stuff. A ton to learn there. A lot of it applies to what we're doing with these circuit boards. So if you guys haven't been watching Hackaday's Remoticon, you definitely need to be checking it out. I don't know if Hackaday's the one hosting it or if they're just the ones that have been putting the videos up. I'm really not sure. Um, but yeah, it's pretty good. I've been watching a lot of it as I have time to. I don't have a ton of time right now though. I've been super busy with this and then super busy working at Target. Um, yeah, I feel bad taking my job back though, because I'm like definitely taking work away from somebody that needs it worse than I do. I'm just so bored at home. I have to get out and go do that. And there's like people at work complaining they're not getting enough hours, so I do feel kind of guilty that I'm like taking hours away from somebody that like needs the hours to feed their family. But on the same note, those same people are kind of crappy workers, so that's why they're not getting the hours. So I don't feel that bad. But I don't know. I I like the culture there. I like the management team. They're pretty cool people. So yeah, I really like my department because there are two other veterans that are my age that are working there. So I have stuff to talk about with them. Feel like such a nerd. It's like I took a job because I have no friends. I have no life. So I went to work to get out of the house. Alright, those are all the common spots. Let's zoom this in a little bit so that way y'all can actually kind of see what I'm doing. Switch my view over to the other camera. Yep, there we go. Alright, let's just start reflowing. I don't want this solder, I want the other one. Alright. I'm super excited about the channel. The channel's been making great progress. I'm like 800 subscribers, so if I keep up this rate of getting roughly 100 subscribers a month, you know, by January I will be monetized. So super excited about that because, you know, it's been almost 2 years now of doing YouTube, and so finally making a little bit of money doing it, even if it's just in the cents, you know, making a couple of cents a month, you know, it's still money. It makes it feel good. Oh, shit. Alright, let's get that back lined up. I'm sure that's just what the customer wants to hear. Oh, shit. Alright. It's like to go across these real quick and just get them tacked down so they won't slide, and then go and make sure I get them flowed real good. This is easier than having to push them around a bunch. Okay, let's go back across this section. Alright, let's see what's going on in the comment section. Not a whole lot. Oh well. Alright. And where are we at? We're over here now. I always find it funny, people like super picky about their tip to grip distance, which, I mean, these JBCs have absolutely amazing tip to grip distance there, but half the time I end up holding it like this instead of right there. I don't know why that happens. I'm just not too picky about it. It doesn't, as long as your grip isn't way back here, it doesn't bother me. Tip to grip, though. People will go crazy over that. They're like, oh, I could never buy anything Weller because the tip to grip is so far back. I just don't buy Weller because I don't like Weller stuff. It has nothing to do with the tip to grip. Maybe it does, and it's just subconscious, and I just don't realize that's why I don't like them. Cause I don't have a reason for why I hate everything Weller, but I do. And let's see, there we go, pushed another one. That crack was just completely loose there. Get that line back up. Alright. Yesterday was my 9-year anniversary, so wife and I went out for a fancy dinner and went for a little walk on the beach and had a good time. It was a pretty good anniversary. Didn't stay out too late because I had to be at work at 4 o'clock in the morning, so we didn't go out and party or anything. Plus we got 4 kids. Like, how am I gonna pay a babysitter enough to watch them for us to go out all night? But it's still a very nice and relaxing anniversary. I had a good time. It was impossible to find coffee, though. God, Starbucks was closed early for some reason. They just had a sign on the thing that said, "Oh, we closed at noon today," and one of the local coffee places closed 30 minutes early, so we missed them. So then we went to a different local coffee place, which they were open. But it was really good. It was our first time going there. I forgot the name of it already, though. And then we went to this restaurant here. It's called the Bay Cafe. We went there for dinner. That place is good. Alright. Let's see. I'd like to get this inductor also. Sometimes this thing gets a cracked solder joint on it. Pretty, not that common, but happens sometimes. Alright, so there goes all the common solder points. Let's clean off all of our flux again. Alright, get the nasty toothbrush. Look at that thing. Alright. And that's that. I'm out of tech wipes. I gotta put down my headset and go grab another box. Alright. It's the worst. You go to reach for something and it's just gone out of them. Alright. But yeah, I can't wait for the channel to hit 1,000 subscribers because I'm under this impression that once you monetize the channel, you get a ton of viewers, and that'll be cool. It doesn't really matter because I'll keep making videos either way. Uh, but hey, if y'all are expecting a lot of videos right now, don't be because, like I said, I just took my job back at Target, and they had me going from 4 a.m. to like 10 a.m. shifts to now working um, uh, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So I got to readjust my sleep schedule and everything for it. So yeah, I probably won't be doing a ton of videos here for the next month or so, because then I'll go back to the other schedule after 2 weeks of that, and so I don't know why I agreed to that. I should have just said no, because like I took it because they were like, "Oh, you get time and a half for it," and I was like, "Oh, time and a half sounds great." And then after I agreed to do it, I was like, "But I don't need the money. I don't need to be here. I just took the job because I was bored." The sad thing is I look like I'm this amazing employee I've been with Target for so long because I was on leave for 7 years. Because um, they let you take 7 years of military leave. So I was actually on leave for 8 years. So I took 7 years, and they called me to come back, and I was like, no, I'm still in the military. I can't. So they just renewed it, even though they're not supposed to. So I I found out I still worked there when they called this year, and I was like, you know what, I'll come back. Um, but so yeah, on paper I've worked at Target for 8 years, but in reality I've worked there for like a year, because I worked there for about a year before I joined the military. Um, and so yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I really my department I worked in was closed too. I worked Target Cafe, which is that little spot where you get the popcorn and stuff. Such a lame job. Target Cafe was super lame, but they closed that. It doesn't even exist at our Target anymore. Um, so that is gone. So they were like, you don't even have a department anymore, so we're gonna have to move you. I was like, well, put me in merchandise, because then I don't have to deal with guests. I don't have to get the Rona from them. Alright. Time to put on bulbs. He wanted the stock bulbs, stock style. Where did I put them? Red, green, blue, RGB. Oh yeah, there we go. That's them. Alright. And cutters. Do like a late breakfast, early dinner here after I'm done with this. I'm gonna go do steak and eggs and then go to bed. So is it inappropriate to have a beer at 11 o'clock in the morning if you going to bed? Alright. See, last time I worked nights, it was before I was 21, so I never had that problem. Never had to worry about, well, is it appropriate to drink in the morning since it's my nighttime? Alright. Oh yeah, y'all get to watch the fun and exciting cutting of the legs off of here. This one's turning out to be a pretty straightforward repair. Nothing crazy. We'll test it all out afterwards. I gotta replace my plug still. I know I've been saying it. I've been saying this for like 2 months. I need to replace this. I have another one. I just need to go trim the legs on it so that way I can use it. I need to do like Mike and buy all the stuff to make these. Once I fixed one for my good friend. Volvo. Yeah. Instead of having like a yellow or red where it's like, oh, everything's bad, your engine's failing. Put a green light in there so you feel good about it. It's a happy color. Green or blue. But well, blue's not really a happy color, but green is. Green or yellow. Those are happy colors. All right. There we go. That's all of our bulbs here. There's the drawer of them. All right, let's put these on. Oh no, I turned off the station. All right. Yeah, blue for the oil, cause yeah, yeah, cause it's like not the color you would expect there. You know, oil's always red. They always put a red light there for oil. I think. I think on everything. You know, it's like your oil's low, red light. Same with airbags. Seem to always be red. You don't see yellow very much there. Like all the different manufacturers. Yes, I am nitpicking and making sure I have nice solder joints on the bulbs that you can get away with trash, but I don't know. I've After doing this for so long, I've become a bit of a perfectionist with it. I don't know why. I know I'm just wasting time and flux doing that, but I've just I like them to be perfect now. I always find it funny when you. I'm having an issue with the odometer not turning on. Okay, so like if the odometer is not coming on at all on one of these, if this is what we're talking about, almost most of the time it's going to be this little resistor here. It's going to be one of these resistors here. Um, it, Another common one I see is these transistors. They'll like blow up. You'll see them. You'll just see them like blown up on there. And then also sometimes you'll just get cracked solder joints across the heater wire on here, and that's that. Now, if none of those are the problem, um, no, because I was thinking about this one. This guy won't come on if you put the wrong flash on the EEPROM, which EEPROM's over here. If you put the wrong flash on there, if you put like a 2007 flash on there, the light, the park reverse neutral won't come on. Now, another thing that'll make this not come on is the uh, UART pins like you use for programming the microcontroller. If like that resistor's fallen off the board or something, it won't get communication between the two and it won't turn it on. But that's pretty uncommon. You don't see that a lot unless you've been messing around with programming this circuit. Um, but yeah, most common one, just the little resistors right over here. Get a cracked solder joint across them, um, or that another super common one. If you haven't, I don't know if you have this one sitting in front of you yet. If it may be like a mail-in, the really most common thing for a dead odometer on these is somebody just bought the car and the guy that sold it to them took a pair of dikes and just cut all the legs off of there and told them it has 100,000 miles on it when it's got like 400,000. That's or they'll bust the screen. I personally haven't seen a lot of busted screens. I've only had one busted screen and it was from well, I've had a couple, but they were all like other technicians sent them to me because people don't like to change these out. It's a lot of work. But the only one I've gotten from a customer with a crack screen, he was into big audio. He has like competition audio and had a bunch of subs in there, and it just cracked the screen. It had like just a little crack going right across it there. I've had another one, but it wasn't a crack screen. It was delaminated from. I talked about it in a recent video. I don't like this technique, but Tektronix teaches it on his channel, and a couple of other channels teach it, where I don't have a clamshell of one of these around anywhere, where to take the top lens off, they come up from underneath it and push it to pop the little legs out to do it. Sometimes people catch the lip of this and push up on it, and that'll do that. But you'll see the oxygen indicator. If the oxygen indicator is turned white instead of this black color, if it's not black anymore, the screen has a crack or it's got air in it or something, and it's a bad screen. But yeah, normally, so this is the boost converter circuit here. It turns the 12 volts into like 35 or 38 volts DC for this. So that's just check this area if this isn't coming on, and if your voltages are all good and you're getting them to the heater coils and stuff, then check communication between this chip and that one. Just put like an oscilloscope on it, see if it's getting communication there. It's like the communication comes in from, I can't remember the exact ones, but there's these little vias right here. It comes up from right around there. Alright, there's all the bulbs. Now let's put new stepper motors on here, and this thing will be done. We'll just do a little testing here. Alright, this one had 6 motors. Alright. There we go. What are we at here? How long have we been streaming? I'm more concerned with my battery life on the camera. 61%. I got plenty left. Alright. Put these up. I got a little more stuff I'll go over before I go to bed. I need to get to bed soon, though. I'm not tired of... Remove the light for the airbags. Yes, I get that all the time. Oh, I haven't seen it where they didn't have faults, though. I have not had one where it didn't have faults. But I have a video, I don't think I've uploaded it yet, but I have a video that I was doing where I was talking about that. It's just something I was going to shove into the end of a video. I don't remember if it's on my most recent one. But yeah, where people, they'll take the lens off, they'll just take like a screwdriver and just like smash the LEDs off of it. It's like, come on. That's fraud. You can get sued for doing that. Like you intentionally did that. But yeah, all the time where they have problems or if it has faults, and then and people have just busted the lights out so that way it doesn't show up, to just that way they can rip off the next guy, make it their problem. Yeah, that's super common. Always makes me mad too. I always let the customer know, like as soon as I get it apart, I'll send them pictures. I'll be like, hey, this is what's going on with your circuit board. You might want to go see a mechanic and get it checked. Because I'm not a mechanic. I know I've mentioned that before, but yeah, I'm not a mechanic. I don't do mechanic work. I fix circuit boards and I fix these. I really like doing the automotive electronics though. So, but I have no interest in being a mechanic. It's like, that's actual hard work, being a mechanic. That's like physical labor. Then again, unloading these trucks at Target's physical labor. It's like going to the gym, throwing, because they don't come on pallets and stuff. They just throw all the boxes in the back of the truck, and so you have to take them all out and like stack them up. It's not like Walmart where they just get pallets and like roll them out. No. Everything's just thrown in the back of a truck. It's the weirdest thing ever. It's like a really inefficient process that they do for their truck because it doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. I like it because it's like getting paid to go to the gym. I really like unloading the trucks. I know it's stupid. It's a dumb thing to enjoy, but I like it. It's literally like getting paid to go to the gym. Alright. Just make sure I got all those nice and even. Cool. Alright. let's plug it in and put some. Let me grab some needles to put on here just to test them out. And turn off the fume extractor. Alright, fume extractor's off. Alright. Since I don't have the whole cluster here, I just get to grab from the what is this? It says soup bucket from Olive Garden. That chicken and gnocchi soup. Get it to go sometimes. It's the only thing I like from Olive Garden. It's like seriously the only thing I like from there. I can't stand Olive Garden, but that chicken and gnocchi soup is good. Alright. Yes, I've seen it where they'll put gum or tape or some like electrical tape's the most common one, which I like that because you just peel it off. You know, it's like okay, cool, you were a scammer, but at least you didn't break the board and make me have to do more work. I don't charge people more for it. They already got ripped off. Like it is. They're a couple of cents each for those bulbs, and I always have a ton of the stock ones too because I swap them out a lot. All right, let's see here. Alright, there we go. All the stepper motors are working, and both the screens are working too. Cool. Alright, now let's turn it back off, plug in the bench tester, and just check and make sure we have communication with everything. Alright. I'm super glad the customer decided to go with this instead of, sucking up the fact that I gave him a board with the wrong software on it. It's like that was totally my fault. Please don't keep the old one. Let me make this right. All right, so yeah, we got let's just say coolant. Make sure that one's moving. Yep, coolant's moving. Cool. Oh, now he's gonna have to change engine oil message because I overheated it. Sorry. Oh well. It's just a message. All right. Yeah, everything's working. Let's see. Speedo. Taco. Cool. This thing's done. This is a done circuit board. I'm happy with that repair. I'll let it run for a little bit longer off camera just to verify that all the bulbs are good. Sometimes you get defective bulbs in, and they'll burn out super quick if they are defective. Though you give them like 15 minutes of running, and then they'll burn out. So I'm just gonna set this off to the side. I have one little package I want to open because I'm excited about it. It came in the mail. Move this other stuff out. All right, cool. Turn that back on. Unplug that. Need that on. Alright, cool. Let me set up my headset so I can go grab this other package to open up. Move this bucket out of the way. Alright, let me go grab that. Okay, so, oh no, y'all all got to see my address. Oh well. Mail me something, I dare you. Alright. Because if you do, I'll just open it in the live stream and be like, hey, look at this cool thing that somebody sent me. Oh, there went that. Yeah, my plug is going bad. I need to replace it. Mentioned that before. Mentioned it like a million times, so I'll quit talking about it and I'll just do it here soon. Alright, so here we go. I got a different EEPROM program because everybody's been asking for it. I've had like 4 requests to do this, so I'm finally doing it. Big shout out to one of the viewers here on the channel. He's a member of our Facebook page. If you're not a member of the Facebook page, it's linked in most of my most recent videos. Definitely check out the Facebook page because people are sharing their knowledge in there. Not a ton of active members yet in the page. I'd like to get some more people active in there. I have a goal I want to do here soon where going to make a library of all the different EEPROM flashes for these, so that way people don't make the same mistake I did. So that way we get that done. So yeah, EEPROM Programmer though. This thing is like $10. It's super cheap, super cheap. So I don't need it. I have a ton of EEPROM programmers, but this thing is $10, so it's cheaper than my Arduino EEPROM programmer, and yeah, it's just super cheap. And here you go. It comes with a header that is supposed to work. That is open. Let's close it. Let's see. I don't know how this thing works yet. I'll have to look at it and look at the instructions. But yeah, here you go. Got the plug-in, and then clip has that same cheap clip that I was using with my EEPROM programmer that I drawn up in. Oh god, it's got like a bent wire there. That this clip probably doesn't work, but I don't really care. I just got it for the video. I got the one that also does the 1.8 volts, just because I don't have anything that does the 1.8 volt EEPROMs right now, so I got that to this kit, so that way I had something to do some of those with. But yeah, so this thing, expect a video here once I have the energy for it. But these are just one of the CH341 Alpha Mini programmers, just programs EEPROMs, and they're super cheap. But apparently these things will work in circuit with the trucks. I've had like 3 people tell me that, so I know it's gonna work. One said that there's some modifications you have to do to get it to do 5 volts on here. So it says it's like at 3.3 volts all the time, so you have to run a jumper from the 3.3 volt regulator to give it 5 volts there. So I'll have to work on it, figure out how that all works when I have some time. But I mean, this thing's labeled 5 volts right here too, so it looks like it has a header that you can just set it to be 5 volts instead. So I'll have to look. Nope, dropping it. I'll have to look and see exactly how this works, but yeah, apparently it will work with these EEPROMs, and it will work in circuit, and it's cheaper than the Arduino. Yeah, so yeah, just jump the pin. Cool. So yeah, it looks like it's already jumped over here. No, that's 1 and 2 that's jumped. But yeah, I'll do a little bit of homework, figure out how to do this, and then do a video on it. This literally came in the mail the same time this guy did, so that was yesterday. And then I'll be able to do that. But yeah, definitely shout out to God. I'm not sure how to say his name. He has a Hispanic name, and I'm terrible with Hispanic names. I'm sorry. But yeah, he's in the group. I'm embarrassed. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Like I can see it. It starts with like an R. But I can't remember what the whole name is, so I do apologize. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh, I'm guessing devious is Raul. Am I saying it right? But thank you for telling me to do the video on it, because after you told me to do it, I ordered it, and then like 2 other people told me, hey, you got to do a video on these. So yeah, so I've had like 2 people tell me, or 3 people tell me to do videos on this one now, but he was the first one to say to do it, and he's the reason why I ordered it. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the live stream. That's really all I got. I need to go to bed and get some sleep. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.